Hey there, everyone. That sexy nerd is back again, and we're watching more overanalyzing Avatar. I know. I've had a lot of things happen recently, and I haven't been able to catch up on that. But hopefully, this will make up for it for you. I'm going to be watching 3 episodes in a row, and they're all going to be up consecutively. And hopefully, you're going to like my new stuff. There's more The Last of Us with Tom. Yeah, guys, check out my videos. If you guys are not watching my videos and not checking them out, because people are like asking me, it's like, you made a new video? And I'm like, yeah. How did you not know? You're subscribed to my channel. So, there's a lot of that going around. I don't know. I guess it's not put out because I still don't have enough views. But, hey, we're going to work on it. But, yeah, the last episode was I believe it was the one with Uncle... I think it was the waterbending scroll, wasn't it? Yeah. Yes. So, yes, the last episode was the waterbending scroll. Again, a very underrated episode. He didn't seem to like it as much, but I loved that episode. I mean, I thought it was very distinctive because, again, it showed that Katara was not beyond reproach. As innocent as she is in the shows, she's still a kid. She's still a kid who could break the rules as well, just as much as Aang. So, well, not as much as Aang, but you get what I'm getting at. So, these next few episodes were, it's another reason why I'm doing it. They're not my favorites. I like Jet, don't get me wrong, but I know the next one everybody hates. So, yeah, let's get at least. That's why I'm only doing 3. That's why I'm doing 3. So I could at least have some hope in humanity, because like these 2 episodes are just not going to cut it. So let's just get into it and not discuss it anymore. So please smash that like button if you want to see more sexy and nerdy content, and subscribe if you think I deserve it. And let's get to it, y'all.
Another intro fact. Notice how in this shot the Fire Nation ships are coming in from the east? That's because the Fire Nation is to the east.
Yeah.
Pretty wild, right?
What? Appa's not too noticeable.
He's a gigantic fluffy monster with an arrow on his head. It's kind of hard to miss him.
He's right. You're the leader? But your voice still cracks.
I'm the oldest, and I'm a warrior.
Man, there's nothing wrong with a grown man having voice cracks.
Are you kidding? He's just a goofy kid.
That's an expert right there. You see that? I'm surprised he was even able to do that. He's right before he's right. And then...
That's good.
I was expecting him to say that he's right, but he did that on purpose. He did that on purpose. Jerk.
Bossy if you kissed a girl.
I've kissed a girl.
Does Suki kissing him on the cheek count? It's not really first base. It's more like a ground ball and a good hard 90. Run that out, Sokka.
He made it count.
Walking might be fun. Walking stinks. How do people go anywhere without a flying bison?
I don't know. I feel like you could still leave your backpacks on Appa if you really wanted to.
Appa's still probably be pissed.
Sokka, your shirt.
What the fuck?
This is the first time we ever see Katara use her water skin thing. I thought for a second there, like, oh wow, where'd she get that? But then I realized it's literally just like a water bottle or something. This eye patch guy is not a Jean, and actually has a speaking role in one other episode in the series. No
What?
cheating. Go down in the comments and guess which episode. I'll respond to whoever gets it first. And yes, I know it off the top of my head. Who do you think I am? Okay, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure this is
seriously,
an error.
I didn't even
can't
know
wrap
that.
my mind around what happens in these 2 shots. Jed hooks
Yeah.
the back of these guys' legs. Their toes are pointing towards him, so they're facing him. So when he flips them over his head, he should just be flipping them and like throwing their feet into the ground, right? But in this next shot, they're facing the other way and flipping over the other way. You get what I'm saying, right? Something there doesn't make sense. It's hard to explain.
I guess so.
Just took out a whole army almost single-handed.
Army?
It was not an army.
There
That
were
was
only
like
like 20 guys.
By
Yeah.
my count, Jet took out 7, and there were, 20, bang on.
shit.
So, single-handed, no, but he did pretty good. Where did those 20 guys go anyway? They just kind of ran off after they got knocked over, I guess?
My name is Jet, and these are my freedom fighters. Sneers?
Oh yes, you guys remember Sneers. Important enough to be mentioned first on Jet's roll call. The legendary, iconic Sneers. He's in more episodes than I can count.
Maybe he
Hey,
died.
Jet, these barrels are filled with blasting jelly.
That's
It's
dark.
pretty messed up that this, 7-year-old knows what an explosive substance is based on smell, right? We're about to get into that, don't worry.
And these boxes are filled with jelly candy.
Is it mean if I say I know how he knows that?
Aang?
I'll get up on my own.
Wait, yeah, how does he know that?
Damn, Jet's cold. Dude is doing some extinct level shit right in front of him, and he just looks at it like, nice. So this is supposed to be like Peter Pan vibes, right? Like Jet is Rufio, but Rufio is Zuko. Jet is Zuko?
Yeah.
Fire Nation killed my
No,
parents.
he's Peter Pan. Peter Pan could be dark ass once upon a time.
Come on, boys! Let's play!
I'm 28 years old. That day changed me forever.
Sokka and I lost our mother to the Fire Nation.
I'm so sorry, Katara.
Another really mature moment. It's quiet, like the Haru one, and you guys know I like that by now. Jet puts on a stoic face, but you can tell he's been hardened by his experiences, even now. He looks off into the middle distance as he talks about it, and is pretty unexpressive when Katara tells her own story. There's a
Right.
little something in his voice, though. Some kind of humanity.
Okay, yeah, I was just about to talk about that. He does go off and he says, I'm really sorry. Because even though he was stoic and you know, he was being like that and being hard in the experience, he still said, I'm sorry, Katara. So there's there's the pinch of humanity there. That's a really deep scene. I don't watch this episode a lot because I don't really like Jet that much. I mean, I like the concept, but it kind of falls flat on his face. You know? It's more, I like the episodes later with him when they're in Ba Sing Se.
Really good scene.
I'm so sorry, Katara. Now, the Fire Nation thinks they don't have to worry about a couple of kids hiding in the trees. Maybe they're right.
Longshot does some booing here. I thought he was supposed to be the strong silent type.
Unfortunately, we have to leave tonight.
Sokka, you're kidding me. I needed you on an important mission tomorrow.
What mission?
Jet's a master manipulator, too.
He is.
I'm gonna have some opinions in the wrap-up for this episode, so Jet haters, come get a taste.
Wait! False alarm! He's just an old man.
Sharp sounds are my favorite. It's for when the audience needs to know something sharp. Classic filmmaking technique.
What are you doing in our woods, you leech?
Please, sir, I'm just a traveler.
This is such a heavy scene, man. You can't really fault Jet. Well, I mean you can, but he's been radicalized. You can see where he's coming from, logically and emotionally. Morally, you should be against it, but if you were in his shoes and having his experiences, would you
probably
be any
would.
different?
Nope.
Maybe, but it's hard to say. He's not evil, he's just driven in the wrong direction, and that makes for a good villain.
Your boyfriend Jet's a thug.
What?
Okay.
No, he's not.
I love the subtle lack of a "he's not my boyfriend" line. Aang's in the background like, shit.
He was an assassin, Sokka.
Tiny detail, maybe, here? This knife looks a lot like the knife Smellerby was using at the start. Not an exact match with the handle being all spiky and all, but it wouldn't be a huge stretch to say that that's Smellerby's knife. If you listen super closely, you can hear Jet say, "Let's go" here.
Let's go. Huh? You are not to blow the dam until I give the signal. If the reservoir isn't full, the Fire Nation troops could survive.
Wow.
But what about the people in the town? Won't they get wiped out too?
Look, Duke, that's the price of ridding this area of the Fire Nation.
This episode has a different tone than the others up to this point. There's no silly jokes when Jet's on screen, and there's no slide whistles. Everything Jet says is dead serious, and he expects the same out of his troops. That's a giant departure from what we've been shown already, even from the supposedly evil Fire Nation. Zuko went to a town looking for someone, had a little back and forth, and then left mostly peacefully. Zuko went to another town looking for someone, the town fought back, so he did a lot of damage. Not a cool move by any standard, but understandable in terms of war. But now, someone who isn't from the Fire Nation is trying to kill every man, woman, and child in a town just because they're from the Fire Nation. But we're on his side?
This doesn't feel right.
Wow.
In this shot,
Oh, wow. That's actually a really good point. Jeez.
it seems like late at night, maybe bordering on morning. But then, commercial break, and hey, it's daytime. And this is clearly right after Sokka got captured, so no time jump.
I've
Wow.
never used bending on water I can't see.
Jeez.
I don't know.
What? Katara, like 20% of the bending you've done in the show so far has been on water you can't see. If you pause on this one frame, Smellerby has 4 hands. No like cartoon smear effect or anything, just 4 hands. And this is pretty weak, right? Alright, they set up the trap thing at the start of the episode. That works. I'm fine with that. But Sokka gets away because they weren't close enough to keep him from running, and he gets untied because they suck at knots? I think this could have been a little more creative.
While you two are up there, you might want to practice your knot work.
Aang loses his staff here again for what, the 40th time? Something like that? 39th? Wait, no, Aang, he has your staff! He's unbeatable! Oh, thank God he's not using it. You really dodged a bullet on this one, Aang.
just
Alright, I
realized.
finally get to talk about this too. What a great looking setting for an episode, and especially a fight. It's just pretty, man, look at it.
That
Also,
is.
there might be some symbolism in that Jet and its gang live in the trees with leaves that are red like fire, saying that they're kind of becoming like the Fire Nation themselves. Something along those lines. Look how creative they get with Jet and his choice of weapons. Perfect setting for...
I think it's more like they're becoming like the Fire Nation, even though their leaves, like, they're not as hot, you know? They're not, they don't have the same temperature, but they have the same color, like as the sun, you know? Yeah, I can see what he's coming from.
this fight and Jet's character. Also, that thing I mentioned last episode comes up here. Those pirates could keep up with Benders, and now Aang's fighting against a strong
That's
weapon-wielding
true.
opponent too. Strong enough, well, to honestly beat him. Aang loses this fight.
Yeah, that's
and without the
right.
pirate fight scene, it might have seemed kind of out of left field. Aang does a spin move here to dodge, sure, but the slash animation still definitely goes over him. It's not a big deal or anything. I just definitely notice it every time. Oh, and there goes Jet's staff. I love how meaty this hit feels. Hats off to the animation and sound design. It feels like he hits this hard. Hell yeah, Katara. We needed some of this out of you. And notice how she gets this little power jump after the training episode, so it doesn't feel like it's out of nowhere. Really smart.
I can't
Okay.
believe I trusted you. You lied to me. You're sick and I trusted you.
Katara says, I trusted you twice here, which would normally sound like really bad phonetically and from a writing standpoint, but she's mad, so I think it works really well, actually. You ever have that moment where you're like, man, fuck you, and then you think about it for a second and what's actually going on, and you're like, man, fuck you! I think that's this moment. This is a heavy moment, man. I know it's pretty much a fake out, but on the other hand, it kinda isn't. The town still got destroyed. The bad guys kinda won. Sorta. That's a bold move from a show that only covers the subject matter we've gone through up.
I was so scared too. I have never been so scared in a show. Like, I remember, like when I was a kid. Like a show never would be like, oh my god! Not like a show, but like a movie, yeah. But a TV show, never.
To this point.
At first, they didn't believe me. The Fire Nation soldiers assumed I was a spy. But one man vouched for me. The old man you attacked.
This has got to be a direct parallel to the old man from Haru's episode,
Yeah.
right? Dickhead old guy from the Earth Kingdom, stand-up old guy from the Fire Nation. Like I said in another episode, nothing's black and white.
You traitor! No, Jet. You became the traitor when you stopped protecting innocent people.
Talk your shit, Sokka. I love that line. This episode's underrated.
That line even hits harder for what the leaves. You know how they're falsely becoming just they're becoming they're becoming like the Fire Nation under false pretenses, and it has to do with the colors. I see what he's saying about that shit. That's awesome.
Rated as hell. I hear some people putting this in their worst episodes of Avatar list.
don't.
This has got so much good stuff in it. The tone is adult. The themes are heavy. That's not what we're all watching Avatar for, but it's part of it. It might not get the formula of comedy to drama to feel good as perfect as some Season 2 and Season 3 episodes, but I feel like this is the first real stab at some of the bossing say stuff we see later. Like, this is a good episode, man. I'm gonna get more into Jet's character when we get to the Serpent's Pass and Lake Laogai, and I got some stuff to say, but that's not for a little while yet. What episode is next, anyway? Uh-oh.
That's awesome. You know, I honestly have a new appreciation for that episode, honestly, because I remember I was just saying, like, I never, whenever I rewatch the show, I kind of usually skip over it because I'm like, I know what's going to happen, and blah, blah, blah. And man, I feel so bad for doing that now because that actually is a really good episode. I don't know why. I guess I let Nostalgia Critic talk me into it being bad or something. I don't know. I really, really don't know. It really is weirding me out. But because man, he's right. I just said it's basically like Magneto, but like it is a really good episode. And again, like everything that's going on it's a lot deeper than a lot of the episodes of Avatar. Deeper than that one like that's coming up soon, the fortune teller one, like that one, and even though I kind of have a new appreciation for that one recently, but it's even better. It's way better than the next episode by a long shot. That's what I'm saying. I still said it was good. I don't know why I just never watch it, but I think I have a new appreciation, and I really appreciate this guy bringing that out. But you know, it really is a good episode, and I really love it. So I'm the same way, man. I can't do the next episode, man. Just we'll talk about it when we get there. So please smash that like button if you want to see more sexy and nerdy content, and subscribe if you think I deserve it. And I'll see you on the next episode.